Tools of Titans, the tactics, routines, and habits of billionaires, icons, and world-class performers by Tim Ferriss. In this video, you're going to learn from great musicians, DJ Kaskade, concert hall pianist McCarthy, legendary music producer Rick Rubin, Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda, and the Glitch Mob's Justin Boreta. And before we start off this video, go ahead and hit that like button like you just hit the multi-million-dollar jackpot lottery. Because how awesome would that be? So let's kick it off with DJ Kaskade. He's considered one of the founding fathers of progressive house music. And he's also a 5-time Grammy nominee. And these are some of his tools featured in Tools of Titans. Tool number 1 is to prioritize. Put the big stones first, as Kaskade says. So figure out what is priority to you and make sure you're doing what is most important. Kaskade's next tool is to think win-win. When Kaskade was starting out, he had no music producing equipment, he had no studio equipment, he had no gigs, he didn't have a name for himself. So he had to go out and provide value to others to earn his spot with what he wanted to do, which was DJ. So in his early days, he went to a club in Utah and he found out that that club was closed every Monday night. So he saw that as an opportunity. Let me make Monday night my night, and I'm gonna split the cover with the owner of the place. Kaskade did that for 5 years and ended up getting 2 nights a week at that club. So in that situation, the club owner won and also Kaskade won. So think win-win. The next Titan, his name is McCarthy. He's a concert pianist who was the first person to graduate from the Royal College of Music in London with, get this, 1 hand. And here are his tools that he has featured in this book. The first tool is to avoid short-term gimmicks. Play the long game. Invest in mastering your chosen field and be persistent and patient with it. The next tool is to find something healthy that can relax you and help you focus on your work. For Nicholas, this is aromatherapy, and for yours truly, it is listening to looped music over and over again, particularly right now, Psytrance and Game Theory theme song. The next Titan, Mike Shinoda, best known for Linkin Park, where Mike is, get this, the keyboardist, the songwriter, one of the vocalists, the rapper, and the rhythm guitarist. Here are Mike's tools. The first is to create deadlines with incentives to back up those deadlines to make sure that you follow through with it. His next tool is similar to Nicholas McCarthy's tool. Avoid short-term gimmicks. Stick to your guns and make the art that you want to make. Here is a great quote to follow up with all the gimmicks. It's far better for a person to go wrong in freedom than to go right in chains. Thomas Huxley. The next Titan we're going to feature is Justin Beretta. Justin is one of the founding members of the Glitch Mob, and if you haven't heard of the Glitch Mob, you've probably heard of their music. Their music has been featured in such films such as Captain America, The Amazing Spider-Man, Edge for Tomorrow, Sin City, and so much more. And here are some of Justin's tools. The first is in the morning, Justin always does some type of transcendental meditation as well as some form of exercise. Another tool is to take risks. Go all in. At one point in Justin's life, he lost his job. So he chose to change his path. He went all in with music, maxed out his credit cards and everything, and he has never turned back. And boy, he must be grateful that he did. Justin's next tool is something that he learned from his father, which is don't force it. Which is kind of interesting how it could be related to when people have an upset stomach and they have to do you know what. And the reality is if they force it, it's probably shit, literally. And this is probably the same with art as well, where if you have to force it out, it probably won't be as good as if you just let it flow. Another way to look at it is there's no sense in trying to force a square peg into a circle hole. Another tool that Justin implements is quotes to live by. The first is a Tara Brach quote, "Be the silence that listens." Now interpret this however you want. Be the silence that listens. When you listen to a song and the music goes quiet, in that silence, listen with anticipation for more. That is what I got out of it, was to make music so good that when the music goes quiet, people's attention are just in the music, waiting and anticipating for more. And another great quote that Justin chooses to live by, and he celebrates it on this author's birthday, Hunter S. Thompson. And the quote goes like this: "Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, 'Wow, what a ride.'" Now, to conclude this video on music producers, musicians that are featured in Tools of Titans, I wanted to end it with who is known as the most important music producer of the last 20 years by MTV, Rick Rubin. Rick has helped such artists such as Metallica, System of a Down, Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, as well as pop artists like Shakira, Adele, even Sheryl Crow, Lady Gaga, and he's even been credited for helping popularize LL Cool J, Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye West. And that is just a small fraction of the talent that Rick has helped. One of Rick's tools that we could start out with is to start with heart work, not head work. To simply put it, work with your heart, not with your head. Next tool, get 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning. Next tool, sauna and ice baths. Rick has mentioned in the book that after you go from taking a session of ice bath, sauna, after your 4th or 5th round of being in an ice tub, nothing will bother you. Next tool, be kind to yourself. Push yourself, but don't be too hard on yourself. If you feel stuck or experiencing some type of an artistic block, make the task at hand laughably small. So, let's say you want to go ahead and write a song. Make your goal, I'm going to write one word in this song. Because you can write one word, right? Next tool, always remember that the best art divides the audience. Push the boundaries. Now, before I get into the last tool of Rick Rubin's that I'm going to feature in this video, let me say a little something about Rick's dress code. He is somebody that only wears t-shirts, shorts, and flip-flops. If he has to go somewhere and the dress code does not allow that, then Rick does not go. I must say he is a freaking boss for doing that. But the last tool that I want to go with in this book is to learn from the greats, not from your competition. And in the book, Rick says this: going to museums and looking at great art can help you write better songs. Reading great novels, seeing a great movie, reading poetry. The only way to use the inspiration of other artists is to submerge yourself in the greatest work of all time. If you listen to the greatest songs ever made, that would be a better way to work through finding your own voice today, rather than listening to what's on the radio and thinking, I want to compete with this. For music, you can search online for Mojo's 100 greatest albums ever made, or Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time, or any trusted source of top 100 albums, and start listening to what are considered the greats. Thank you so much for checking out this video. My name is TridentLion. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more awesome videos. Comment below whatever tools you found to be the most effective and useful in this video. And remember, always stay learning, always stay creating, and always be inspired.